After Jeffrey Epstein's arrest in 2019, a new question quickly took over the headlines. Who else was involved? Flight logs were published. Address books were examined. Court documents were unsealed. Dozens of well-known names began circulating online. But appearing in records is not the same as being charged with a crime. So what did investigators actually confirm? And what, if anything, was proven in court? In this video, we focus only on verified legal facts, not speculation. One of the first major developments was the release of Epstein's private jet flight logs. Media outlets reported that politicians, business leaders, academics, and celebrities had flown on Epstein's aircraft at various times. His contact book, sometimes called a black book, also became public through court filings. But investigators were clear about one key point. Being listed in a contact book or flight log does not automatically imply criminal activity. Many entries reflected social relationships, business contacts, or acquaintances. No charges were filed against the vast majority of individuals whose names appeared in those documents. Another source of confusion came from civil lawsuits. Multiple victims filed civil claims against Epstein's estate and, in some cases, against other individuals. Civil lawsuits operate under a different legal standard than criminal cases. They do not require proof beyond a reasonable doubt. They do not result in prison sentences. In several cases, settlements were reached without admissions of wrongdoing. It's important to distinguish between allegations in civil court and convictions in criminal court. They are not the same. In the United States, only one associate of Epstein was criminally charged and convicted in connection with his trafficking operation, Ghislaine Maxwell. She was arrested in 2021. She was found guilty on federal sex trafficking and conspiracy charges. She was later sentenced to 20 years in prison. Beyond Maxwell, no additional co-conspirators were convicted in U.S. federal court in connection with Epstein's trafficking network. Investigations reviewed evidence involving other individuals, but no further federal indictments were issued tied directly to that core case. Internationally, French modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel was arrested in France following allegations that he helped recruit young women. He denied wrongdoing. However, like Epstein, Brunel died while in custody before his case went to trial. As a result, there was no conviction and no courtroom verdict. Federal prosecutors stated that investigations were ongoing even after Epstein's death. They encouraged victims to come forward and continued reviewing evidence. However, prosecutors also emphasized a legal principle. Charges require sufficient admissible evidence to meet the criminal standard. Public suspicion alone is not enough. And appearing in documents is not the same as participating in a crime. To date, no broad public list of criminally charged clients has ever been released by federal authorities in connection with Epstein's case. Part of the confusion comes from the scale of Epstein's social network. He moved in wealthy and powerful circles for decades. Photographs, guest lists, and travel records created an appearance of widespread connection. But legal responsibility depends on evidence of criminal conduct, not proximity. Without testimony from a full trial against Epstein himself, many questions were never tested in court. And when court proceedings never happen, speculation often fills the gap. The Epstein case remains one of the most talked about investigations of the modern era. But when separating facts from rumors, the record is clear. Only a small number of individuals were formally charged. Even fewer were convicted. Understanding that distinction matters. Because in the justice system, proof, not association, determines accountability.